here's what it is. I'm glad he was convicted today. Only 6% of assaults are ever reported, and the conviction rate is 0.3%. That's really low. So I'm glad he got convicted today. And there is someone standing for survivors and talking about this. That is great. But unfortunately, more of this needs to be done. It's disappointing that the conviction rate is so low, and the average sentence is 2.5 to 3 years for each conviction, whereas a survivor will suffer forever, and we will be suffering and having these memories forever. So yeah, it's a bittersweet situation here.
Okay, speaking of that suffering, I want to read to you a little bit of what we heard from the Crown outside of court. That quote, these witnesses, they have to bear the scars of what happened to them at the hands of Peter Nygard for decades. Can you talk about the weight of that and what you've seen, how you've seen that manifest in these people?
Yes, I've worked with hundreds of survivors as counselor, and what happens is survivors suffer from memories, and it feels like it's happening in the moment. Like, imagine reliving the same incident that has happened to you, that's traumatizing you again and again and again. Any kind of assault follows by post-traumatic stress disorder, but a sexual assault also follows with shame and guilt and stigma, so people don't come and share about it, and they then suffer from all kinds of negative coping mechanisms. Sometimes I talk to callers and survivors who had the incident 30 years ago, and they're still suffering from the same memories and reliving the incident.
And what about for those who actually go through the trial process, having to recount what happened to them again? Can you talk about that effect?
That is a grueling effect. That is a grueling effect, and I stand by what the lady said, which is that if you are not ready to come forward, it's all right. If you're not ready as a victim to come forward, it's all right, because then you are absolutely reliving it, talking it, and you're trying to prove it to people. And many incidents, what happens is they are really treated like they're miscommunicating or giving false testimonies, etc. So it's really not in the favor of the survivor.
And for those who are watching this, those who have been watching this trial, following it from afar, how can you sum up all of this?
Well, to me, the trial and also the whole case seemed a lot like Harvey Weinstein from US. It seemed a lot of repetition from there. It also seemed like there were 4 victims that came forward, but I'm pretty sure there are hundreds of victims that have not come forward and whose cases cannot be proved. And there's a lot of hurt and damage that this predator has done. And there's a long way to go for us to, recover from all of that.
Okay, Nina Mistry, founder and CEO of Go Thrive Go, as well as a former board member of a rape and crisis center. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, man,